All right, well, thank you. This is 7 holiday beverage hacks. Yes, right? You know, the classic beverages, the seasonal drinks, you know, whether we're hosting or we're a guest, we like to pull out the eggnogs, the mulled ciders. What are other drinks you guys like to have during the holidays?
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. Oh, yes, hot chocolate. How can we forget that? Whether it's white chocolate or dark chocolate, wine. Yes. Any others? Beer, yeah. Okay. Yeah, champagne and orange juice. All right, excellent. Apple cider, yeah. Now, is that hard cider or soft cider, sweet cider? Yeah. Both? Yeah. Well, whatever it is, all those drinks can be upgraded. And thanks, Heather, for the introduction. Thanks for hosting us. This is the idea that I love to share, is how do we take what we're already doing, what is being offered to us, and upgrade it. Yeah, I've been down that path where it's don't do this, shouldn't eat that, oh, that's bad. And come on, that's not the best thing ever, is it? No. It's not the most successful approach for yourself, because don't think of a purple elephant, right? You've all heard that before. As soon as you say, no, can't have that, that's what your mind wants to fixate on too. Plus, you become that person. I was that person, right? The nag, the one that was guilting you, the one that was like, and not just silently, verbally, I would tell you. So this is all about adding in and upgrading. So let's start with the number one, the most classic drink of the season. What's that? Eggnog, yeah, absolutely. So however you make it, if it's the classic like dairy and eggs, or you're doing a vegan version, or Tim, last year we got turned on to, we got turned on, didn't we? But we went our separate ways immediately right afterwards. So Derek Fleming from New Earth Organics, he had come up with this idea of naughty nog, and he's got this whole like herbal superfood edition with elk antler and pine pollen and you name it, right? All the aphrodisiacs go into this naughty nog. And Tim approaches me, he's like, Malcolm, he's like, do you got that recipe again? You know.
Party, by the way. Tim's having naughty nog. Can't you make it on Saturday?
All right, so what could you add to your naughty nog? I mentioned a couple of things. I'm going to focus on just one or two for you guys to take away, and go ahead, take notes, mental notes. I also have a blog about this. I'm going to type it all up. It's going to come out tomorrow or the next day, so stay tuned if you're on lightcellar.ca, our newsletter. We're sending stuff out lots all the time, so you'll get the play-by-play and the whole list. But I'm going to try and keep it really simple here. So classic eggnog, you can do one or two things. I mean, you can do a million things, but this is just me highlighting one or two. And the first one would be pine pollen. So pine pollen is actually literally from pine trees, so it's a very seasonal fit. We bring in the green, the evergreens, the fir trees, the spruce trees, and the pine pollen is literally the pollen from pine. And it's being, not only is it extremely nutritive, but it has a bit of that naughtiness to it, where it is, in fact, a bit of an aphrodisiac, and it contains one of the highest amounts of testosterone, which can boost libido, give you that energy for the season, and really kind of nourish you on a deeper level. Now, if you've never tried it, I did put some in a little jar. We're going to sample a few things, but we're not going to sample everything. So if you want to try it, first have a little smell. You can smell the pininess of this wonderful golden powder. You can put a little bit on the back of your hand and just have a little taste of that. And just imagine how wonderful and seasonal that would be going into an eggnog.
We did foraging this summer with the Light Cellar in Malcolm and Denis, and you guys, you can forage and collect your own.
You can, yeah.
In the spring.
All right, yeah, absolutely. It's the yellow stuff all over your card, covers puddles. It's so abundant. And what it is, it's basically like a hormonal stimulant in the spring for the entire ecosystem to like All right, let's get up, let's get going, let's back into growth mode. And it dusts and sprinkles everything. So that could be a nice addition. The other one here I've got here is, this is the last one I grabbed. This is a medicinal mushroom, cordyceps, or cordyceps is also another term for that one. So, well, there's a bit of a theme here, isn't there? Yeah. Anyways, that's for eggnog. Number 2, what is another classic favorite seasonal beverage? Mulled wine. Yes.
Any wine.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna talk about mulled wine. What could you add to a wine? Well, are you adding spices? Yeah, cinnamon. What about some rose hips, right? Some nice seasonal, local rose hips, very high in vitamin C. So as you got your wine, as you got your cinnamon, you're just going to add in some rose hips just to kind of give that deeper nourishment from the outdoors, from the wild, connect you to the landscape, and give you a boost to vitamin C. Mulled cider. Anybody enjoy mulled cider, whether hard or sweet? Apple cider. Absolutely begin to play with that. You can add reishi mushroom. Now, this is medicinal mushroom, great for boosting your immune system, great for balancing blood sugar, great for stressful times, keeping yourself grounded and balanced. And reishi mushroom, you can do a number of things. It's going to need a little bit longer of a brew and a decoction than some of your other spices. So you can either just mull it within the juice much longer, or sometimes I find apple juice straight just a little bit too sweet. So I'll start off with reishi brewing in the pot, and you're just going to do, a nice good handful, depending on how much you're going to brew. I know when we have parties, when we have people over, we're doing a big thing of apple juice, maybe a whole gallon. So for a whole gallon, I might just grab a nice little handful, 8 to 10 strips of reishi slices, put that in the pot, let that simmer with water first, do what's called a decoction, let that brew up nice and strong, and then you'll have reishi tea to add your apple juice to, and the rest of your mulling spices, like your cinnamon, like your ginger, like your clove. And of course, go ahead and add some rose hips to that. Joanne?
Could you, if you don't happen to have it in that form,
Yeah.
you have the powdered form?
Yes, absolutely.
So that is-
Yep, so if you've already got the extract,
Yeah.
then it's instant, right?
Yeah.
Just boom, straight into the pot. And especially in a mulled apple cider, that flavor is really going to blend in nicely. And even the kids, they won't even know, right? Yeah, so it's perfect. Okay. Oh, let's come back to the hard stuff here. Does anybody do like martinis and cocktails and that kind of thing? No, but if you're going to, this one here, you can add a brine, a fermented brine. So we've got a spicy kimchi brine as well as more of a plain red pepper brine. And this is full of lactobacillus organisms, good healthy probiotic bacteria. They're going to help digest those crazy meals that were served, right? Delicious as they are, sometimes it can be a little much on the system. Would you agree, right? The volume of food, the combinations of food. So any help we can get, and since not everyone was like, oh yeah, I do martinis all the time, maybe you're just not proclaiming that, this is fantastic just on its own. So I'm going to pass around a little sample for you guys to try probiotic brine. And I recommend this during the season. This is, among a couple other things, but now this has become a staple in our household. Anytime, you get that little itch in the throat, or someone you work next to, or if you're at, kids are at school and the colds are just going right around, I'll just start hitting that up. And you can do little shots of it. You can gargle with it. So the salt is incredibly powerful and potent. So it is salty. That's how the fermentation conditions are made perfect for the good bacteria to grow. So we have salt in there. Then we have those bacteria going to help with your immune system, help with digestion. And then the kimchi, depending on what flavor you get, you've got all the good healing spices of ginger, of garlic, of onions, all that stuff. So that's wonderful. So who's ready for a little kimchi shot? Now this is straight. This is straight up.
The kimchi shot or the?
Yeah, this is the kimchi brine. All right, Heather, I'll get you to pass this around. Yeah, the second one. Yeah.
What's kimchi's usually spicy?
We got some peppers, some ginger, some garlic.
Okay, so that has peppers in it?
Yeah.
Which one is this one, Malcolm?
This is our kimchi probiotic brine. Yeah, it's
the other one?
And the other one is pickled peppers that Peter Piper pickled.
Oh, that.
Yeah, so these ones actually, in fact, are just sweet red peppers that we did as a pickled pepper, and delicious. So anytime you're doing your own fermentation, or you buy a jar of live sauerkraut or live fermented pickle, save that juice. That is gold, that brine. And again, I mean, it's delicious, right? You can just shoot it like that. You can dilute it with water. we got a choker back there. Yeah, a little bit of fire going on. Yeah, the kimchi brine. Oh, all right. Holy moly, it is. Yeah.
So that was kimchi in there, and then you just saved the brine.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. In fact, when we're making the sauerkraut, we're making the peppers, we'll often add extra liquid so we get that much more brine as a result. Yeah. And it works wonders. Before a meal, after a meal, again for digestion, or any time to help boost your immunity. So perfect. Wonderful. Okay. Now Heather mentioned it. She called it hot chocolate. Yes, you can guess that. That would be on my list. That's a seasonal favorite. Whether it's a dark hot chocolate made as rich as you wanted. And one of my top tips for making a hot chocolate is, sure, go with cacao powder. But if you do, add some cacao butter. Now this is the fat. This is the oil of the chocolate bean. And your hot chocolate will be that much richer. It's amazing the difference in flavor and just the mouthfeel and the texture and the quality adding in cacao butter. And or even better, we'll kind of go from good to amazing, good, best, amazing. So the next one, so instead of cacao powder and cacao butter, you can go cacao paste and or cacao butter. Now the paste is the whole cacao bean. It's like adding an almond butter, right? So it's the whole nut, cacao ground up, 100% pure dark chocolate, and it gives you that deep, dark, rich chocolateness of all the nutrition as well as a full fat. Now if you want to go even more, that much further, that much better, more amazing, actually make your hot chocolate from a chocolate bar. Whether it's from water or with milk. If you never tried it, unbelievable. There's this place in Portland I went to have a chocolate drinking flight. Now, can you imagine, right? It was like the most high quality, gourmet bars, and they gave us 4, just little shots, because that's all you needed. You got 4 of them in front of you, and it was the most, they barely had any liquid. It was almost like they just melted a chocolate bar and put it in a glass and go, there you go. And I was like, all right. And wow, we took off. It was a flight indeed, for sure. It felt really good. Okay, now maybe you've got someone at work. Maybe it's, someone in the family always loves a little Bailey's, a little Irish cream. Are you going to do that? The coffee, top that in. Now here's the perfect place to put in, to get what I like to call your fungi fix. So medicinal mushrooms, and we've got, and you can choose any, but I'm going to suggest you can do a mushroom blend. So here's 7 different of the top medicinal mushrooms, and it's just an easy, 1/4 teaspoon, per serving. You can slip that right in, and it goes nicely with that whole coffee, Bailey's, Irish cream type of flavor. No one will even know. And as you're consuming, maybe something less than ideal. Hey, again, we're not all perfect. We might want to just take on the spirit of the holidays. You're then supporting yourself with the mushrooms to set yourself up for not a crash and not that cold coming on inevitably from the sugar. All right, next one. Now this one I kind of made up because, I don't know.
And the others weren't made up.
That's good to know.
I was thinking I'm going to have my Rishi tea here and then shoot my Bailey's over here.
All right. That's right, Tim. I am the Malcolmist, so I'm always coming up with, creative ways. So now this one, this is one maybe if you want, you could add to your beer. You could add to your mulled cider. It could just be plain soda water. And this is the idea of adding in elderberry syrup. Now, elderberries are fantastic for supporting your immune system. They're, in fact, antiviral, right? So a lot of people, when they're feeling the cold and they're trying to combat that, they'll come here, they'll pick up an elderberry syrup. It's really easy to make yourself as well. And it tastes really good because it's been sweetened with honey. So again, you've got all the good...
Soda.
Yeah, add it to soda water.
That's cool.
Yeah, so in our house, we've got the soda stream, right? So you can make your own sparkling water. And just don't mind me here, I'm just going to be slightly rude for a moment. So we got to get that on. Whoop, wrong direction. It's a feel-good thing, right? All right, so now you've got your plain, soda water, or wine, or beer, and it's up to you. But about per serving, and a full cup, I would do about a tablespoon in there. You can do more or less, depending on how much flavor you want to come through. And check that out. Now you've got instant elderberry soda. This works for the kids. Again, add it to your beer. This could go perfectly in the mulled cider. Just deepen the antioxidant content, deepen the flavor, the richness. Perfect. All right. Okay, now we'll cleanse your palate of kimchi, and we'll give you a nice little taste of.
Shoot it.
All right, you got a shooter. Oh, we got someone struggling with the kimchi.
Nice.
It went down very well for everyone else. So, all right. Okay, let's. Hopefully, I counted correctly. I've got one more right here as well. There you are, Spencer.
Stay healthy in the holidays and 2019.
Yes. All right. Congratulations, you're getting there. You got the shooter. You got the chaser now.
Come on.
Isn't that good?
Just to chase this down.
You can add this to
You can add that to wine, right? So that's, you got about a half tablespoon in there in your cups, and you could always make that stronger, make that richer flavor if you want. And Heather, I'll get you a glass. Yeah, no. Oh yes, love it. Okay. So who mentioned champagne earlier? As a champagne for the seasons, the holidays, right? So elderberry syrup in the champagne. Yeah.
Yes, Prosecco.
Right, Prosecco. Ah, gosh, you guys are on it. I love this. Right, the creativity, it's all there. Okay.
I never really thought I was coming here to help Malcolm tell us how to drink alcohol.
That's right. Who would have thought? Here's your guide to holiday boozing. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I do teach a class on how to make your own herbal superfood honey wine. Yeah.
This is really good. I like
Does
this.
this have
Good.
garlic in it?
It does.
Yeah, I'm just going to say it tastes.
Yeah. The kimchi, lots of garlic.
No,
Yeah.
it's just like me sampling wine. It's like, okay, what flavors are in here?
All right, so a couple other ideas. This would also work for your Proseccos, your Champagnes, your Martinis, which is busting out the tinctures, herbal tinctures, right? There's so many to choose from. This is a company called Blue Lotus Ethnobotanicals. He's got one. Ooh, sexual tonic and aphrodisiac. That could be a secret dose, or that could just be a hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of a dose. Depending on the evening, right? Feel calm. All the herbs to kind of just ground, make you feel calm. Maybe it was a little stressful. Maybe that's the one that you have just before guests arrive and you've been busy working for 3 hours, preparing everything, and it's like, all right, I'm going to have a little shot of that. This one here, Green Spirits. This is made by Harmonic Arts. Very light, very uplifting. There's nettles, there's mint and lemon balm. Wonderful, wonderful little tincture. And, if you're a cocktail mixer, you can go ahead and really, play with flavors. And of course, just taste and try before you buy in that sense. Liver tonic, maybe this is more the day after, the liver tonic. So all the good herbs to help support and regenerate your liver. Actually, here's a little hack for you, a little trick, because, as we know, alcohol needs to be processed by the liver.
Yeah.
So if you drop some herbs in there, they're just going to go straight through that pathway, be supportive. And again, depending on flavors, this might just slip right in, or it's kind of pre and post. It's like setting yourself up. Yeah. All right, last one, last suggestion. We've got punch. So, fruit punch, a number of these things can go in there. I was thinking about camu camu. Again, this idea of getting as much vitamin C in our bodies as we can for the stress, for the antioxidants, to help build our immune system. And camu camu is a fantastic one. It actually is, in fact, the highest source of vitamin C of any berry in the world. Yeah, so you get about 1,000% plus in a tablespoon of your daily vitamin C, plus all the cofactors, plus all the bioflavonoids, so on and so forth, and it would work absolutely well in a punch. Camu.
Can I ask, is that something that you can use and maybe substitute whenever you're using lucuma? Is it similar to lucuma?
Great question. So it's not similar to lucuma at all. Yeah, it's very tart. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it the little, it's a yellow, can you explain what the berry looks like?
Yeah, actually that's it. So there's the fruit. That's the camu fruit.
So it's got
They're
a
small.
It's kind of got a little paper thing around it.
And
No, you're thinking of lychee.
or gooseberry. Yeah. So this is different. Yeah, this is different than gooseberries.
This is powdered, and tell me again what you would use that
So
for.
it's dried and powdered.
Yeah.
You're going to add this. You could add this any number of places, but I was thinking the best for the holiday season is a punch.
Okay.
It could go in the mulled cider.
Okay.
It does have a tart, like imagine that kind of flavor of things high but rich in vitamin C, kind of sour. It's perfect that way.
Goes
So,
nice with the sea buckthorn.
and it goes great with sea buckthorn.
You've got solar.
Yeah, in the Elixir Life book, we've got that in there.
You've got the solar charge with the camu
Yeah.
as your beverage.
So good boost of vitamin C. All right, well, have fun during the holidays. Keep yourself healthy, and you've got lots of suggestions here.
Yeah.
I'm thanks Tim for the time. Thanks for you guys watching online, and
Thank you.
yeah, enjoy.